Hello, and welcome back to another Minecraft Let's Play video with me, Elven Dragon. So, last episode we went and built up this building right over here, and as you can see, I kind of added a little space for some little window boxes right down in the front here. I still don't have all the trapdoors for those in, but I think they look kind of nice. And as you can see, I started getting some of the groundwork done around the front here. Now, we've run into a bit of a problem. As you can see, we're still not quite out of Skulk. We still got a little bit, but we are probably not going to have enough to finish this area right now, which is fine. The issue that we have is I don't know what else to put down here. We've got a regular house, we've got a blacksmith, and we've got a little bit of an inn, tavern, and stables here. That, unfortunately, is about the extent of my town building ideas. Because can't really put in a flower shop because we've already got one up on the island. Can't really put in a library because we've also got one of those up on the island, and neither of those would make any sense down here in the bay for an underwater area. So I've got to figure out what we're going to do for the rest of these buildings, which, as you can see, I've got a few of them marked out here now. About 5 or 6. I wasn't really counting when I put them in. So we've got a few things to do. Most of these will probably just end up being either empty or just turned into simple little houses. I don't really know, but you can also see we've gotten the edges of all the terraforming here marked out all the way over to the gate, which is still not done. So we've got a few things to work on around here. We've got the gate, we've got the groundwork here, which we still have to put in all of the plants, and we've got about 6 buildings here to work on. So I think that if I can get Puck over here to come hold the camera, I might go into a bit of a time lapse for some of this. Alright, so it was getting a little bit too difficult to keep defending both myself and Puck from all of the constant drowns in the area, so I ended up doing a little bit more work. As you can see, I've gotten all of the stairs in on all of the buildings that we have marked out, and expanded the Nylium and Skulk a bit more. Unfortunately, we are out of Skulk, so we can't really work on this part anymore right now, but we've gotten all the buildings in. The back side of the wall is done, and you can see that that section right over there is done. So we've still got all of that to do, but I am going to need quite a bit more corals. Just been milling the gravel down here isn't really going to be doing too much. And I might as well just go grab a whole bunch of those before we start actually working on stuff down here for getting that part in. So I think I'm gonna go build a little coral farm somewhere, probably over at the redstone pit. Probably need to get one over there anyway. And go get a bit more skulk. And also smelt down a bit more copper because we are almost completely out after getting that one building in. I think it looks okay. I'm not entirely sure about the prismarine bricks right through here. We might switch those out for something else. Probably copper. Probably just bring the copper up along here. Maybe bring it out one more block over here, maybe? I don't really know. But one thing, we need more skulk. I need to go smelt more copper and not hit dolphins. And then I'll be right back. Alright, a bit more skulk obtained, and hopefully we can get the rest of this in and get a few sea pickles in, and hopefully that will dramatically cut down on the number of drowns down here, and especially the number of trident ones, because, yeah, those are the most annoying. Anyway, I'm gonna go hopefully get the rest of this in, and we'll see if this is maybe a little safer to get back here to do a few more time lapses. And there we go. That should be all of the groundwork that we actually need to get in here done. There's going to be a little bit of stuff along the wall there, but I didn't want to get too close and then have to take stuff out when we put in the detail work for that. But it should be just about the entire space in here with Nylium and Skulk and all sea pickled up. So we should get very few drowns in here now. Most of them will spawn on the outside, and there will still be a few on the edges of the area. That's just gonna happen because we haven't gotten the edges of the island here spawn proofed. They should be Mushroom Island, but in some cases they are very much not for whatever reason. So we still have to get some pickles up there to spawn proof those. But bottom section here is hopefully ground proofed. So I think we can probably get Puck back down here and maybe do a little bit more of a time lapse. All right, and there we go. That is all of the houses built up. We also got a fair amount of the groundwork here in with all the plants, and I think it looks really, really nice. Now, there's still a few more details and stuff to put in. There's still this whole center section to add all the plants and stuff into, and a little bit more work around the back of the inn here. Because, as you can see, there's no corals in here or skulk sensors, etc. But all in all, we are mostly done, and yes, we still get a few drowns around here. Nothing like we used to, though. So that is really, really good. And we did, in fact, run out of copper not once, but twice while finishing up these houses. But they are all done. Well, except they still need a floor, a door, and maybe some interiors. I don't really know what we could put in most of these. Maybe once 1.20 is out, maybe we'll make one of these into kind of like a relic shop. Or just maybe a museum kind of thing. Where we put in some of the shards and maybe some of the full pots. Maybe this one will do really well for that. It is a little bit larger, but we'll have to see. For now, I think I'm just going to put in a simple plank floor in all of these, put in our doors, and call it good for now. Now, there's one more spot that needs a bit of attention, and that is the center area right here. I've been leaving this alone just so I could grow up more seagrass over here. But with the coral farm over at the redstone pit, we get plenty of seagrass from that. So need to add all of it in though. But now we can go and transform that into a small little area. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to replace all this gravel with prismarine bricks. And we're going to try and put a small little statue in here, I think. Obviously made out of either prismarine or dark prismarine. Might try dark prismarine for this. So I'm gonna get this all prepped up. Find where my shovel is. Probably stashed in one of the shulkers around here because I haven't needed it and needed the inventory space. So I'm gonna get that all converted over to prismarine bricks, and then I'll be right back. All right, so that is now all swapped over. And I think what I want to do is we'll just put a small little statue in here. Just a very simple one here. Don't particularly want to do something too massive. We don't exactly have a whole lot of space down here, and I don't want this to be too much taller than the houses. Ow. Hello, trident drown. I think what's happening for the drowns is they're now spawning on top of the little warped wart trees here. So I may have to do something about that. But at least it's nothing like what it was for all of these drowns. So we probably will need to add a few bits of texture. But I want to put in a person here holding a trident, which we'll do out of prismarine. I think that'll look good. So that'll just be prismarine walls to make it stand out from the rest of the statue a little bit better. I guess it's more of a giant tuning fork instead, but I guess that works somewhat. Not really an expert on building statues like this. So let's see, let's get some stairs and slabs here and see if we can't add a little bit more detail and just make this look a little bit better. All right, it looks hideous. Maybe we won't put a statue here. Maybe we'll just put a giant trident statue instead of a person holding a trident. Yeah, I do not like how that looks at all. Let's try the trident statue. All right, so you may notice that this is very much not a trident statue and is very much a fairly large dark prismarine tree instead. Well, I kind of figured that a single trident in the middle here would look kind of dull and boring and didn't really fit too well with the rest of the area. So I decided instead to kind of go for some sort of ancient looking water tree. I don't think we're going to put any leaves on it though. I think we're just going to leave it just like this with all the branches out. And I absolutely love how the stairs and the slabs give me a bit more freedom with the heights and stuff on this thing. think it turned out really, really well, and I really like how that looks. But with that, just need to get a few more bits done and clean up the area. So I'm gonna go get the last bits of the terraforming in here, then I'll be right back. There we go. We now have all of the plants in, and I love how this turned out. This is really, really nice just to swim through here. Love how this turned out, and I'm really enjoying the fact that since this is underwater, it is a fully 3D viewing area. Absolutely love that. I love being able to see the fairy forest from above, but just being able to swim through and go above and through and in this little underwater area here, absolutely amazing. I love it. Now, again, several of the houses still don't really have interiors, and I may work on some eventually, but I think for now, this is going to be good. I don't think there's really anything I can add to this right now that would really add to the area. So, with that, I want to thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and consider subscribing if you want to see more of what is going on in this area and in the rest of this world. And I'll catch you all in the next one. Goodbye.